and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at painted poppies again. I absolutely love this one. It is perfect for the beginner stamper because there's some lovely images to use, and the flowers, although they're poppies, can be wild roses, can be all sorts of other flowers as well if you want them to be, just sort of changing up the colours. Now they are going to be available in the new mini catalogue, which is launches on January the 3rd, runs from January till June next year. If you would like a copy of it, please let me know. I will leave my details below down in the description box. All my customers who've shopped with me in the last 6 months will be getting a copy of this in the post over the next week or so. If you haven't got a copy and you'd like a copy, as I say, just get in touch. It's absolutely full of all sorts of loveliness, and it's handmade for you because everything is just beautiful and coordinates together. So I thought today we would have a go at doing a very simple, quick and easy card to just show the variety of things that you can do with this lovely stamp set. So painted poppies, and we are going to use the lovely little row of poppies on here. So let me just get this one out. And you can colour them in all manner of ways. I'm actually going to choose something very simple on this. Get my little dimensionals off from last time. So we're going to just put it in the centre of the block, like this. And then I'm going to use a good black ink, and we are going to stamp it 2 times along the bottom. So if you have grid paper, it's easy to line it up on the grid paper, and we are then going to take it in on the bottom. You can easily see to line it up. Press it down firmly as it's quite a large surface area. Best tip is to just leave it to rest for a few seconds because it will allow the ink to absorb into the paper, and then we can just lift it up and you've got a lovely impression of those flowers. And then we're going to ink it up again, and we are going to line it up again on the side and just rest it down again, leaving it just for a few seconds, as I say, so it can absorb into the paper. And you then have 2 lovely images side by side, so you've got a little row of flowers running along the bottom. So let me just clean this up with my Simply Chamois, and then we can put it back into the case. Let's just move that to one side. Simply Chamois is absolutely perfect. I use it all the time for everything. You just need to wash it under the tap when it gets a bit mucky. It will stain. It just shows that it's been well loved. I've had mine now since they were first launched, probably 6 or so months ago. And as I say, I use it several times every day, every time I'm stamping, and it's absolutely perfect. So let's just put this one away. Now I want to choose a sentiment to go along the top of this one. So there is another stamp set which coordinates together. It's part of this suite, and you can get it as a bundle, which means that, like the painted poppies, you can get stamp sets that coordinate. Dies that coordinate. Exactly the same with the peaceful moments. You can get the dies that coordinate as well. So I want to choose a sentiment that is going to come just along the top here. Now you could choose anything you wanted to. I'm going to choose Life is Better with a Friend Like You, because it's a nice sort of long sentiment which I think will just work perfectly along the top here. So let's get the other block out, and then we're just going to line this up on here. Have a little look to make sure it's straight, which it is, and then again I'm going to do it in black ink. So we're just going to put this along the top. Again, I can line it up on my grid paper, and we can then put this just in on the top here, press it down firmly and lift it up, and you've got Life is Better with a Friend Like You, which I think is rather nice. I love these fonts. The fonts are really nice and modern and on trend, which is lovely. And then it's down to do a bit of colouring in whatever colour you would like to choose. Now, excuse me, I think I'm going to do this on a background of green. I've got some garden green, so I think I'm going to have this on garden green like that, because I think that will make it look nice. So we need to choose a colour that we've got that we think that will go with this. Now, I'm going to use our Stampin' Right markers. So I could choose crushed curry, which I think will look quite nice. Make it quite sort of masculine. Shall I do it in that one? Yes, I think I will. I think I will. So it's a very simple process for colouring this. Let's just take the backing off. So I'm going to take the fat tip, and literally I'm just colouring it through. Now, because it is a small area, you don't have to use your blends or anything like that. You can literally just colour it through. So I'm just gently, when you're using it with cardstock, just use a light touch. You can see I'm only literally just resting the tip on here, tiny bit on there. But you can just work your way down and up quite quickly, and as long as you don't press too hard, if you struggle a little bit with it, you can use our blender pens, you can use our aqua painter, you can use inks, you can use our watercolor pencils, you can use our blends, which are alcohol markers. But for a very simple, easy way of doing it, our Stampin' Right markers are absolutely perfect. You can also use them to stamp with as well, because if you just cover your image with this tip and then huff on it to moisten it again, you can use it for stamping as well. So they are perfect, again, particularly when you're starting out and you don't have all the colours of ink pads, or if you're a bit short of space. You know, we don't always have craft areas and things to use, and it's quite nice sometimes to just take a few of these markers out and just choose a little bit of colour, because they are exactly the same as our ink pads. So they are water based, which means that they stamp beautifully. So example, the wording on this, I could have coloured in the life and the friend in the crushed curry just by, you know, going across with a marker on top of the on the stamp, and then using that so you get the two tones. So they are very flexible and can be used in a lot of ways. But you can see I'm doing this really quite quickly, just doing it quite sort of gently across. They're beautiful images and they don't take too long to colour in at all. Now, if you've missed a few pieces like this, you can just sort of dot over them so that you're not, as I say, using the pen too deeply. If you press on it too hard, you do run the risk of, on cardstock, it pilling. I've never had that problem because, as I say, I do it very gently. when I'm getting down to these little tiny images here, I almost do like a little dot motion. So on here, just a little dot, little dot, little dot on here. Now you can coordinate them with other colours. You can do a lot of blending and things, but I wanted to show you a very simple and easy process to create a beautiful quick card that looks absolutely lovely. And it has it's what they call clean and simple as well. There's not too much on here. The little flower images are all you need. So you've got really nice images on here. So I'm just finishing off these ones. You can see it's not taking me very long, and you can see where I get to little pieces that I'm not sure of, I just do like little dotty motions, because then you can do it quite gently, and you know you don't stand any chance of pilling on the paper. So we're nearly done. It's quite therapeutic doing simple colouring, and you don't have to be a great artist. So there we are. We have all of these lovely flowers. Now they could be little buttercups or something like that in there. And then if we just put this on here, which is just a base in the green, you've got a really lovely, simple, pretty card that would work for, you know, anybody that's a friend. And I wanted to show you one more that I did. I did exactly the same thing, and I just coloured this in blues. So you can see you get a very, very different feel depending on what colour you use. But just using this lovely painted poppies. So as I say, if you're starting out, I would highly recommend come January that you get this stamp set, because there is so much that you can do with it. I've only just touched the surface, and it's a great stamp set. So thank you so much for watching me. Do come back. I will be showcasing more from the new mini catalogue. So see you soon. Bye bye.